She's going to grab the Zoom audio.
Oh, cool.
Because that'll record and it'll separate out our tracks for us because she's got Pro. So
I had my Audacity
I did too
ready.
until, yeah.
We're ready and we're live. Hi, everyone.
Oh my God. Hi,
Oh,
everybody. Hi. Thank you all so much.
There was no time wasted. Like, no. Seriously, we here.
I love it. Hey, thanks, y'all, for hanging out. We apologize for the delay. The toe and tech gremlins really got us down, but we're here. We're ready. We're going to do things a little quicker here at the top so we can get into the story. I am your storyteller, Eugenio Vargas. You might know me as DM Jazzy Hands. Let's go around real quick. Let everybody know who you are and who you're playing tonight. And we're going to start with Michael.
Yo, what it do? It's Michael. I'm playing Ilay, the Message Eye Lightbringer. Their pronouns are they, them. My pronouns are he, him. Let's get it popping.
Let's get it. DJ.
Oh, snaps. I'm DJ. I'm playing the Ikemba Musalian Bio Priest. Our pronouns are he, him. Y'all are awesome. Appreciate you.
All right. Next up is Christina.
Hi, my name is Christina Ariel. I'm going to be playing Captain Silent 919. She's a Matsugane Bio Priest. Hi.
Hi. And last but most certainly not least for tonight, Tanya.
I'm Tanya most times, but tonight I'm Invicta, she, her, Hynal Blade Keeper.
And unfortunately, tonight we are down our Salanti Packmaster, Gabe Hicks, who plays Doring, had some unavoidable conflicts for this evening. So Doring will be very quiet as we proceed on with what is happening. We do want to get to the story, but it would be unfair of us to not thank all the folks who are allowing us to be here, even if it is a little bit late tonight. So very quickly, we of course want to thank Logitech for Creators and Blue Microphones. Their support of us with hardware and everything else that they've done for us over these 4 seasons is greatly appreciated. Go check them out on the interwebs. Of course, Die Hard Dice have worked with us to make amazing dice sets for our characters and have incredible collections of resin, plastic, and metal dice. Go check them out at dieharddice.com/Vatoa. That's /VUTOA. And that'll give you a discount when you check out and give us low credit and you get pretty dice. We love that. Go check out Die Hard Dice. Thank you to...
VoiceMod, who sponsors this show and allows us to use all kinds of different fun effects that I will be making use of whenever possible with my NPCs.
Check them out at voicemod.net and check out all their services. You can get a free version of VoiceMod to try it out by going to that website. So check out VoiceMod. And last but not least, we of course want to thank Twitch. They have provided us with a space to tell these stories for 4 seasons now. We are very grateful to them for their continued support. I don't need to tell you how to find them because you're already here. All right. That's the thank yous. How about a real quick recap of last time, yeah?
Sure.
The microphone thing or no?
What microphone thing?
Never mind. Keep it moving.
Oh, God.
I was very
not
confused.
worry about that. All right, quick recap of last week. The crew continued down in the Batontu outpost underground investigating the strange egg-shaped lighting up device. And as they were doing it, they found some other folks were coming in probably to look for the same thing. They got into a big fight. There were these 2 panther robot things. Invicta decapitated one of them, and y'all did right by the other one and putting it out of its misery. There were also 2 humans, 2 people that looked kind of like Musalians and wore the same outfits as those mysterious machine people from the Sol system. One of them is, let's say, not with us anymore. The other one is not in great shape, but we did manage to keep both of his arms attached to him, despite some of the party's efforts. And so you all got what information you could from him about the device, which unfortunately wasn't much. Having sort of run into a dead end with that person, Ikemba, I believe, went over and tried to interface using his some of his biopriest abilities, tried to interface with the object to see what it did and how to activate it. And activate it, Ikemba did. Opened up some sort of strange light-filled portal. Can't see through it. There is the sound of dripping water on the other side. And that's where we left it off. Now, there is one small detail that I realized I'd forgotten to mention at the end of last week as we hop in now, which is that Invicta, you see and hear everything else that I've already described about this portal, a bright sort of shining light, can't see through it, you can hear the dripping, but you also smell something. And it's hard to identify what it is, but it, on a sort of instinctual level, for you, Invicta. It is appealing. It is enticing. It is tempting, whatever the smell is.
Does it smell like food?
No, I mean, it might conjure up like sense memory moments of food, but it doesn't specifically smell like food. It's hard to put into words what it smells like other than enticing, tempting, alluring.
Oh, okay. I will sniff the air and try to find the source of this enticing smell.
Undeniably, this portal.
Oh no.
You don't even have to put together a pool and roll. It is undeniably coming from this portal.
I'm gonna slowly walk toward it because I feel like there'd be some part of my brain that'd be like, no, this is not okay.
Yeah, definitely. And it's weird because, like I said, the part of you that likes it is it's super instinctual. You can't really describe it with your like sentient word using brain. You want whatever it is that's putting off that smell. So the intellectual sentient instinct thinking part of your brain is like, okay, but that feels wrong.
Yeah. Is it like single-minded determination just go to where this smell is?
I mean, I don't want to say that it's overpowering like you as a person and your faculties, right? But if you let your instincts go, yes, absolutely, it is a strong pull. But if you as like a person in the world, a sentient person, want to resist it, you can.
I will kind of resist it. I don't want to just run right into the portal.
I can't imagine why not. How about the rest of you? You can see Invicta sort of, I don't want to say tentatively, but sort of almost unconsciously seems to be sort of sniffing and moving closer to the portal. Not like she's about to hop through, but she's definitely noticed something.
Is everything all right?
Are you asking Invicta?
Yes.
Don't you smell that, Ikemba?
Can Ikemba smell it? Like, is it that good, or is it because
Nothing. You notice no change in smells when the portal opened.
I'm sorry, Invicta, I smell nothing.
Not like the best cheese you've ever smelled or tasted? Or just something that you know is going to lead to good things when you get there?
Smells like underground to me.
Okay.
It's the best I've got.
This is weird because I know what I smell.
I believe you. Just curious.
I actually like grab Ikemba's hand and start pulling him with me. Like, I can't be the only one that smells this.
Like Ikemba just tugs lightly, like, should we go through immediately? We don't know where it leads. We don't know where it's coming from. We don't know what's on the other side.
True. I just want to get closer and figure out why I'm the only one smelling something.
All right, then we can go. I would feel comfortable going a little further than arm's reach.
While this is happening, can I see what is going on with, and I'll get their names, the Batantu? What are the Batantu, like, what are their reactions? And then we also have a landed with us. Do they have any?
The landed is just sort of watching it wide-eyed. Every now and again, you see his arm twitch or his hand rather twitch towards the arm that you all cut the sleeve off of that had his interface unit, as if he's like trying to make notes on his observations, but there's nothing there for him to use. But he just seems sort of amazed. The Bitantu, one of them has pulled out their data pad. In fact, it was the one that Sila 919 pulled the information off of. That one has also pulled out his pad and is sort of taking notes on observations. Two of the Bitantu are still trying to cut a passage out of the room, even though all of the landed that have been sighted thus far have been taken care of. And the other two are talking amongst themselves or between themselves.
Cool.
So Ikemba and Invicta are approaching a little closer, yeah?
A skosh.
Invicta, that smell, every step you take, that smell gets stronger and more alluring.
I'm gonna just go toward it, and like I'm guessing the closer I get, the more it's kind of affecting me.
Mm-hmm. Never beyond your ability to like think your way out of it, but it definitely requires more effort to think your way out of it as you get closer.
Animal instincts are gonna kick in, and I'm just gonna like
Yeah.
just kind of walk toward the portal and the smell.
Yeah, great. And with every step, it strengthens. And now you all can, well, I mean, Ikemba, you're with her, so you can definitely feel that the determination to move forward has intensified. Silent 919 and Ilay, I think if you are taking any notice of these two, you would see that too.
Just like to state that as soon as Invicta spoke on a certain smell, Scylla turned off all receptors.
Amazing. I love that. Yeah.
Keep it to you, sir.
I guess we're okay. We're going. I look over to the Batantu. Record what you see happens, I guess, and say if we have no way to get in touch with Torch, please let them know we went into a portal. That's all I'm gonna.
The two that are talking sort of seem to pay the most attention to you, and they sort of nod and they tell you that they'll. I mean, Doring also sent a report to Torch, so they have been sort of updated, but they'll let them know that you all are proceeding through. And one of them says, "What should we do about and starts pointing at the egg thing that's projecting the portal. Well, not really projecting. It's what opened the portal, but there's no real active link to it right now.
Keep it safe, and also watch this landed person to make sure that nothing bad happens while we're away.
One of them just sort of nods at you, looking a little concerned. The other one, though, the other Batantu person, she seems to sort of draw up a little steel to her spine, and she walks over to the landed and sort of kicks him in the shin, and says, "More of you coming?" And he just looks at her like, "I don't, probably, eventually, certainly, they know where we went."
I like that. Keep that energy.
She turns around and she sees no problem with this situation, and is like, "Yep, will do."
I'm gonna follow the two other party members who are making their way towards the portal.
Yeah, all right. And Silent 919, your crew seems to be making a move.
Why move? One can stand still. Maybe we all just need to take a moment and relax. Here, I have something for you. She pops open her cavity that's in the front of her chest. And it's these little tiny pastries. It's like a little puff pastry.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, TJ, it does have cheese inside of it. I brought you these from Gladys. She says to take them when you feel stressed. And so she's going to give one to each of them. I don't know if they're going to take them, but Gladys's relaxation technique is basically like a puffed pastry edible that may or may not have other ingredients, but we'll see what happens.
I will take one and pocket one.
Invicta?
Invicta is not paying you attention. She's headed toward this delicious or distracting smell.
Yeah. Could save it for her.
I'm gonna tuck. Can I tuck it? May I have permission to like sneakily tuck it in your pocket?
Yes.
I love
Okay,
that.
so she's gonna like kind of like drop down as if they cannot see everything that she's absolutely doing.
Yeah.
Like exaggeratedly like lifting her knees up and like creeping over, like doing the creep paw. And she's gonna like make it in Victor's right pocket.
I love it. I love it. Just
Her-
dropped in,
give one take.
waiting for later. Absolutely. I love it.
And Ikemba just
All
looks
right.
and just like, is she in front of your tree or something? I don't get this.
Uh-huh.
Somebody gets that.
All right.
Emma, please take it.
Oh, Ikemba's got his for sure.
Oh yeah, he's taking this.
No, I wanted to eat it. I just want to see what happens.
Oh,
while
you
we're
want him to
trying
eat it
like-
now? Oh, I see. I think I was under the impression that both Ilay and Ikemba very specifically said that they took it from you, and that was the end of it.
Yeah, we didn't eat it yet. Am I supposed to eat this now?
Yeah.
Oh God, Sila.
I would rather hold until the end of the mission, Captain.
Oh
The
no.
look on your faces is mildly
you take it now,
concerning.
it enhances your mind for the mission to help you focus on what you need to do.
Might I remind you that your mind and my mind operate a bit differently with anything, really.
But it'll make your mind almost as perfect as mine.
Oh no.
Imagine that's impossible.
I'm full. I have no room for dessert, so
I mean, look.
Is
Well,
the
Bree.
crew still there? Or the like
Oh
the
yeah.
Badonkadonks still there?
Oh yeah.
She's gonna turn to the Badonkadonks and give them some.
I think the one who's taking readings is a little distracted, and so we'll like take it and stick it in like a pocket of his lab coat. But the other ones will like look at it and they're like, I mean, yeah, I've never been this stressed, sure. And so the other four will. Oh no, that's not true. The one guarding the landed also will not eat hers, but the other three will eat theirs. I'm gonna just hold on a second. I gotta roll some dice.
Oh no.
Give me 2
I
seconds.
feel like if you're rolling dice, I'm not concerned as to whatever's in this
Okay.
It's a
legally
Wednesday.
distinct
Let's get
lunchable.
weird.
Okay. Okay. So 2 of them compliment you on the taste and the filling is excellent. The third one starts to also compliment you. Oh, the pastry is so full.
Right?
Well, yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's wild, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Sits down on the ground.
Oh no, rise.
Oh.
Bear with me here.
Uh-huh.
So as he takes it and once the realization sets in, it starts to work. Sala says, no, stand. Boop. Walk with us. Do, 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 do. Did I mention it has a mind control element? Because
It's pretty. What is the word I'm looking for? A experimental formula. So it's a little short-lived and a few steps, and they begin not all at once, but they begin to sort of. You see them blinking a lot more, and clearly they're starting a little bit to regain. But it sure did work well, at least at first. Yeah.
I have to adjust that recipe.
Mm.
Gladys said that I was supposed to use. I forgot the butter.
So 2 things. One, you typically don't forget ingredients to things you're making. And 2, did you say mind control?
It's not really so much mind control as it is mind suggestion.
But your suggestions become the actions of those who've eaten the snacks.
Well, if you think about it, as a leader, it's probably one of the best things that I could possibly do because then everyone is not required, everyone has the option to follow along with me. And when I say, hey, let's go investigate further, we don't even have to take a vote.
One, Ikemba takes his bag and he just like catch and throws it at one of those that are with us. By
Yeah.
all means, enjoy that.
Yeah, I think one of the ones that wasn't affected like grabs it and is like, okay, and pops another one. Oh, boy.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
And falls asleep. That was no successes on that roll.
I'm gonna grab mine and basically fastball pitch it towards Silas' chest. Just
back in the.
I'm not interested, thank you.
Is anyone going to try to take mine back?
No, I think you should keep that for
It's in
later,
your
just
pocket.
in case.
I feel like you.
I will. I actually
was
will.
about to take an arm.
I will actually dig in there and
Okay.
And
As you are.
No!
Go ahead. Well,
No,
what I was going to say was, as Ilay is reaching in there, I mean, Invicta is like a step or two from this portal at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still doing this though.
Okay,
I'm still gonna
all right.
grab it and I'm gonna put it onto the ground and basically step on it. Like if you from last season, from a season at one of the seasons, Ilay and brain stuff, not happy.
Oh yeah.
Not their happy place.
Oh, I don't know how I forgot that.
I'm just gonna. That's what I'm doing.
Okay. All right.
IRL, I'm just having
Roll
a
on your own
tricks.
supply. I get it.
Yeah. Right. Invicta, you are gonna step through this portal. Sorry, I waited right until I saw you reach for something. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I'm like a dentist or a server. I have that kind of timing. It's great. It's very
No snacks
practiced.
for you.
That's right.
Enjoy your food. You too.
Oh my god.
That is literally me 90% of the time. It's the worst.
Yeah.
She's going. Actually, before I say that,
Mhm.
she felt Ilay rifling in her pocket and turned around like, "What are you doing?"
You notice a little cream puff in their hand.
You don't want this. It was dropped into your pocket by Sila, unbeknownst to you. So, and you don't want this because it has things that will do things to you, unbeknownst to you. So I'm going to.
I don't like this smell.
And then when Ilay alludes to it, Ikemba just leans in and just, "There's mind control in the snacks."
What? Hold
It's
on,
mind suggestion.
Sila.
control.
Hold on. And that just kind of makes Invicta pause for a hot second and turn around and look at Sila. Mind altering things in the food you're giving us?
Just this time.
I don't believe that for a moment.
Hello,
It's great.
is someone there?
Do we all hear that?
You do, and it's coming from the portal.
I'll deal with you
Hello?
later. Did anyone
Hello,
else hear
yes.
that?
Can you hear me? Who's there?
Hi, I'm the captain.
Captain of what?
You know, I mean, what are titles really? I mean, there's captain of a ship, there's a captain of a crew, there's like
One of the Batantu sort of interrupts you, Sila, and says, That's Sana. Is that you? Jess? It's me. It's me. Where are you? Where am I? What's going on? And the Batantu that spoke turns to you all and says, "That's one of the missing team that we told you was excavating, and that's Sana and well,
What happened to Sana?
Sana and the other two were excavating this tunnel, and well, presumably that's when they found this device and disappeared, I guess, through that. We didn't really know any of this until just now, but they disappeared and presumably through the portal, I guess.
excuse me, Sana? That's your name, Sana?
Yes.
If you're missing, how are you here?
I don't think I'm there. I think I'm here.
Joke's on you because I can hear you, so you're obviously here. So how are you missing? What do you see? Do you see like a landmark?
No, it's sort of a big chamber, mostly stone, and there are some hallways leading out of it. I've got injured, and the other two are not wet. But I don't. Sorry, I don't. We've been here, and they're hurt, and sorry. We were excavating the tunnel, and we discovered a chamber that had a small metallic egg, and I went to go pick it up, and some sort of portal light door opened, and we made the, in retrospect, dubious choice to go through it. And now I can hear you again, but I don't see the doorway from this side, and I don't think we can come back that way, and I don't really know what to do, and the other two are hurt from trying to get out. There are these force fields. It's all a lot. But if you're a captain, maybe you can help us.
So what are you speaking through?
I don't know. I just heard, we heard your voices. I heard you, and so I thought maybe you could hear me.
Do we sound far from you?
You don't sound like you're in this room with me, sort of like you're in the next room, I guess.
Could you walk towards my voice?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I can try. Yeah.
Okay. Is it possible if I pull up my map, could I see like any figures possibly, like in other rooms or?
Yeah, totally. Like a scan of the tunnels that you're in here. You don't get anybody. I mean, you get the people in this room, right? And nobody else. I mean, the Batantu told you the only other. Oh, that's not true. There's one person that you get, and they are on the far side, of the existing outpost.
Okay, so Sona can walk towards us.
Yeah, you can actually hear Sona's footsteps sort of getting a little louder, and then they start to sort of get quieter again. Like they reach an apex, and then like kind of like a Doppler effect thing.
Marco.
Oh, you're behind me now. I don't know what happened. I was walking towards you, but now you're behind me. I guess. Wait. Say it again.
Marco.
Yeah. Okay. One more time.
Marco.
Okay. I think
Polo.
Oh, sorry. Polo. I don't know what any of that means. So I think I figured out where the connection is in my space. But I don't see, but there's nothing there, just your voices coming through. I don't see anything though.
I'm going to continue to walk towards you. I'm not necessarily.
Is everything okay?
I changed the face on my watch and my map. So it's moving with your face, but it's like a dinosaur. So when I look at it, it goes, this is soda.
Beggars can't be choosers, and like I'll take help from wherever. But is there anyone else over there by any chance?
Yes, there are others.
Good. I don't know what to do. I don't know where I am.
Do you have a light with you?
Yeah, we have some of our like excavating tools that were on us when we stepped through, and they yes.
Try turning on a light, and I'll look forth through the portal.
Oh, okay. Let's see. And you hear a little, like a click and a slight hum, but you don't see anything.
Either you're on the other side of this portal, Or you were stuck in some subatomic field that we can't detect.
Oh, I really hope it's the former and not the latter.
Yeah, if it's the other one, well, it was nice talking to you.
I lied. Did you have something?
Yeah, is there any ropes around?
I mean, I do not believe that neither you nor Doring have a rope on you, so yes.
Okay, I grabbed some rope. Man, it's good rope. Okay, I grabbed some rope. You can
said
tell
man,
I'm out.
good rope.
You know I'm a outdoorsy person. I'm like, this is good rope.
It is good rope, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna grab the good
Fancy
rope, and I'm gonna toss the rope. I'm not holding on to this rope. I'm gonna like.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna have one like spool right at my feet, and I'm gonna like basically making two spools of either end, so that if it starts going, I can tell maybe I want to hold on to it. But if it goes too fast, I'm just gonna let it go.
I'll let it go. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, so I'm going to grab one half or one of the spools and throw it through that thing and say what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. So you toss it through, and it doesn't. Visually, as it passes through the portal, there's no real. I mean, you don't see any like resistance to it. It doesn't burst into flames. It just sort of goes through and hits the ground, and at the moment appears to be passing between the portal.
I threw some rope through. Can you see it?
Oh yeah, yes. Let me hold on 1 second. And after you hear some footsteps, and then the rope sort of tugs a few times. He doesn't pull it in with him, but just sort of tugs a few times.
Is there any anchor points around us that I can attach this to, or nah?
So Ilay, what? Yes, there are. There are all kinds of, because this is a partially formed tunnel that's being excavated. So absolutely, there are. Yeah.
I will tie the king of knots, which is a bowline, to one side.
Okay.
The end side.
Okay.
And basically just throw the rest of the rope through and see if you can try and pull yourself through.
Okay, I'll try. It's okay, I'll try. And I didn't have it on that time. And you feel the rope go sort of taut?
Mm-hmm.
And it stays taut, but after a minute, you can hear just like a sort of exhalation on the other side, and the voice says, "Oh no, I sort of got to where the rope disappears here, and I just kept going. There wasn't anything for me to hold on to."
I see. Okay. Well, I tried.
I appreciate it. It was a good idea. You can pull the rope back now, I guess, if you want.
And can you hold on to the rope while we pull it?
Oh, sure. I guess let me go pick it back up. Ilay, that is a weird thing for them to say.
Yeah.
Because the rope went taut when he grabbed it, and it hasn't slackened since.
Right. I'm still gonna go with Ikemba's line of reasoning.
Yeah, totally. Okay, I've got it. Pull me back, I guess.
I'll assist with Ikemba to.
Indeed.
Yeah, you two grab this rope and get ready to tug, and it will not budge.
Oh, cool.
Interesting. So that leads me to believe that if the rope has gone through and they can't come with it because we can't pull it, this is a one-way portal. And that's concerning to me.
Well, it's one way for now in weird essence, but yes.
And Ikemba reaches down and picks up the snacks that Ilay stomped on, and just like tosses them through the portal. Does this come through for you?
Oh, what's that? Oh, it's a little smushed. But yeah, it came through.
Can you open the package and taste what's inside?
Sure. Why not? I have no reason to think you're trying to drug me or anything. And I guess you hear sci-fi cellophane crinkle. And it says, it's tasty. Oh, I should roll. I am rolling incredible for these NPCs and this mind control pastry puff. But he just says, "Oh, that was really quite tasty. Thanks for the. I mean, it's been a while since we ate, so that was great. Thank you."
No worries. One moment. And Ikemba looks at Captain Silent 919 and just anything.
What if, hear me out. What if I just grab the rope and I go in the portal, but I go down the rope by going doo, 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 doo. And she like pantomimes like her hands going down, like climbing the rope down into the portal.
Sure.
What are we tying this rope to?
Is
Well,
there any way to jump into said portal?
I mean, it's like an upright, like vertical portal, right? So you could certainly like leap through it, but I wouldn't like dive head first. And
Challenge
Invicta,
accepted.
what's that?
Challenge
What-
accepted.
Oh, challenge accepted. Yeah, perfect. Invicta, to answer your question, Ilay has tied off the end of the rope in y'all's room to just like a partially excavated piece of stone on one side of the chamber
Okay.
with a bowline knot. I learned.
Invicta,
Yes.
would you like, oh, I think I have an earpiece, an extra earpiece. If I put the earpiece in with Invicta, I can go down and rappel into the portal or just walk directly into it. Whatever, weirdos. So that way, because I'm the least likely to get hurt, it keeps the crew safe, keeps all of you in a good position. And if I give this piece to Invicta, then we can communicate back and forth. I can see where they are. And realistically, I'll probably find my way back because there's not much I can't do.
There's our Sila.
Okay. This doesn't control my mind, does it?
If I were controlling your mind right now, you would know.
It's also a pretty standard comm earpiece.
I know, but after trying to feed me the puff the magic pastry,
A totally fair question. Yes,
I'm just
100%.
like,
So all of a sudden, it's like the Cybermen. And
Yeah,
a little
right.
tiny little thing goes inside your ear and into your brain, and then it's at the other side, and you have been assimilated.
is that Christina or is that Sila?
That was Christina.
Okay, because I had a different
Yeah,
answer.
that
It was
was- that
That
Sila.
was a
Definitely
journey. Yeah, right. It was a whole
Christina.
journey,
That
though.
was like.
All right, so
Sila,
you going through?
I'm go.
Yeah, right.
Well, I want to make sure Invicta's okay with me going through
Oh, okay.
and doesn't want to come through as far. I mean, I can handle myself combatively, but
Yeah.
Before you go,
I want to consult with the crew and ask, are you all okay with me making this decision?
not at all.
Yes.
It's 1-1. Invicta, it's you.
You can go.
Yay!
Before you go, were you not able to get them to do things to try to come through the portal so that was the point of having them eat the snack?
No, they're already through the portal. I haven't given them one yet. I've got theirs in my chest.
No,
I love those.
Ikemba had thrown one through the portal and they did ingest one, and then he's curious if you established the link with them.
That part.
I see typing happening.
Oh, that's my computer just went to my husband's.
Oh, hilarious. Okay. You didn't feel any connection, but he might have just resisted it like the other two Batantu in here.
Okay. So I don't have a connection yet, but as I've learned myself to be quite charming, so a connection will be established without the trees.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Not at all. But okay.
Not a lot.
Great, I'm gonna go. You believe in me? Is that what you said?
I said I
Sure.
believe you.
Oh,
I don't know what to believe.
That part as well.
Doring is just taking notes on all of you in the corner.
Invicta's like one step away from just kind of shoving Scylla through the portal if she keeps stalling.
Yeah, that smell, man. Maybe she'll figure out what it is.
Invicta.
Yes, Scylla.
Sila's gonna turn to Invicta. She's gonna do like. I'm sorry, it's so funny to me. Okay, so she's gonna turn around to Invicta and she's gonna go, I got you this. And Invicta says, is this? And Sila goes, yes, it is. And Invicta goes, but I thought the old lady dropped it in the ocean in the end.
Oh, God.
And Sila goes, well, baby, I went down and got it for you.
Never.
You shouldn't have. And then she jumps in the portal and goes, oops, I did it again.
So, what I love about what just happened is that it sort of combines several things into the room that you all are in to make it a genuine cluster nugget of various IPs and worlds and solar systems, and I'm into it. Silent 919, you leap through this portal, and you all watch as there is a slight intensity increase in the light that's being emitted from the portal as Scylla passes through it, and then she disappears. The portal remains, but Scylla, you find yourself somewhere else. You're in a fairly large, what looks like carved stone chamber. This is fine stonework and it has been completed, so smooth walls and ceilings. Not much in the way of sort of decor or carvings or anything like that, just a big open chamber. You can see in one corner from the ceiling, there is a crack in the ceiling and water is dripping down into the corner. And you see a very frightened looking Batantu sort of clutching the far end of the rope that got thrown through. Already large eyes, even wider as you enter into this space.
Hi, we spoke on the meet.
Oh, that was you. Yeah. So great. You came through. You know how to get us back then. Yeah.
Semantics.
No.
I'm here.
Yes.
And eventually we're going to be there.
Uh-huh. That's the hope. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to ride on that hope.
Okay.
May I see your crew?
Yes. Oh, yes, of course. Yes, right this way. Hopefully you can help them. And this Batantu will lead you sort of to one corner of the space. And before we deal with that, I want to go back to the chamber with the portal. This is one of those moments where I have a choice. I can either make you roll for this thing, or I can just tell you. And the problem is, if I have you roll and you all fail, life gets really interesting but really difficult for me. But that sounds exciting. So can the three of you put together rolls to notice something? Because I love a bit of chaos.
Yeah.
So the three of you, this is whatever your focus, awareness, you can pitch me on other things because I still don't have the full skill list memorized in my head. But the three of you, something to sort of notice what is going on around you.
Okay.
Oh boy. Would wisdom be
I have a mild concern.
Uh-oh.
Wisdom as a value would be fine, yeah. Right? Wisdom's a value, not a skill, right?
Correct.
Yeah, that makes sense to me as a value, sure.
Okay.
This is a DL2 again. So roll them up and tell me how many 4s or better you all get.
And remind me, one skill, one value, and that's it, right?
One skill, one value, and in this case, I don't think any of you have gear that would augment this, so add an additional D4 as your basic utility die.
This is just to see something?
Yeah, it could be C, it could be here, which is why I'm sort of being vague about it.
I got
Go ahead, Ilay. What'd you get while these two are rolling up? 1. Okay. You hear the conversation that Silo 919 and this Baton Sona are having on the other side. Invicta or Ikemba, let me know when you got yours.
Oh boy. Ooh.
Oh, good. I got real nervous when Ilay only got 1.
I got
means
both.
me,
I got
that's normal.
2 that I needed.
Okay, great. And Ikemba, how'd you do?
I'm still picking my last 2 die.
Oh, that's okay. That's all right.
I think I found them.
If anyone's ever relying on me to get a roll, y'all messed up. You done messed up.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
That'll never happen.
That's a same here when I'm a player and not a GM. Absolutely the same.
Trying to check this to see what it was, a 3 or an 8.
An 8 or half
it was
of
an 8. So
an 8.
I got 2 successes, but
okay.
The pool that I put together, I imagine is what you're going to ask.
I would love to know if it was sort of sight or sound based. Yeah.
I chose vigor because vigor is perform physical feats using strength and fortitude, and Ikemba's got control of everything about himself.
Yeah. Absolutely. As a biopriest, for sure.
And then I put truth because he's got to know what's going on. There's something that is happening that he would love to know, obviously.
I like that. And Invicta, what was your pool? What were your wisdom and what?
Wisdom and where is it? I just looked at it. Investigation.
Okay, great. So then in that case, both of you, actually, let's do it this way. Invicta, you notice after Sila goes through, you also hear the conversation happening over there, but you notice that the top part of the little egg device that dropped to the ground and opened the portal in the first place is beginning to turn sort of in increments. And Ikemba, you are focusing on listening to the conversation that Sila is having on the other side of the portal. And so you hear little clicks that, if the two of you work together, you can hear that the little egg device is clicking as the top half of it turns very regularly.
Says out loud, does anyone else hear that ticking?
Yes.
No.
I don't like it. And Ikemba starts looking around.
The Baton two are all just watching you all like, what's going to happen next?
Can we, I feel like we should be able to hone in where the sound is coming from. Like, Ikemba.
I mean, it's coming from the little device on the ground for sure. Yeah.
If this ticking is coming from that thing, I get the feeling we have a very small amount of time to get back here before it closes.
Yes.
Do we bring this with us if we're going to go through, or leave it here?
It's ticking. Would you pick it up?
I mean, from what we've seen, it just takes you from one place to another. So,
but the question remains: is it a way to return? I feel like we can't take it through itself if we're talking about a piece of the egg that opened the portal. Would that even be possible?
That's another variable, so probably we should not do it.
Yeah, because if we take it through and it's a one-way portal, then there's no way to get back there.
So I believe we all should just go, because then we'll just leave Sila by herself. Although, no, we should.
Rude.
Captain, can you
hear you all? Yes.
Obviously, but can you use your senses to find where you
are? Speaking to absolutely no one, let alone a storyteller named Eugenia Vargas. Can I do this?
So normally you could, right? I mean, normally you could link up to the sci-fi GPS satellites, right? And at least be able to, but you're not getting any sort of signals down here. receiving any like comms chatter. You can't sort of get a hold of anybody on comms channels. You're not getting any navigational signals. So no, I mean, for all you know, you might be on a different planet.
Are all of these walls stone as well?
Uh-huh.
It's worth a shot. I love this open concept, but maybe if we open it up a little bit more, I might be able to get a better connection.
The
So-
baton. Go ahead.
Just trust me.
Mm-hmm. Always.
So Skyla puts her hands up on the wall.
Uh-huh.
She goes 1. She goes to the 2nd. 2. She goes to the 3rd. Feels around. Feeling for a hollow space, kind of like checking to see like what's there.
Yeah, it's all pretty solid stone, but as you're searching, Soma comes over, like takes a look back at his injured comrades and is like, okay, we'll come back, just hold on. And comes over to you and just sort of guides you like 3 feet over. And it wasn't immediately obvious, not because it's hidden, but just because everything's sort of the same color. And there is light down here, but not a ton. But there is a passageway. There are actually in 2 of the walls, there are hallways leading out. And Soma shows it to you, but as you sort of approach it, he's like, don't go through there though. There's a force field. That's how one of us went down. It's like a maze down here. You can get out that way, but then it turns and there are more choices and we just kept getting it wrong.
Oh, I completely understand. So she moves on from the 3rd wall.
Mm-hmm.
And she all of a sudden, her hands start vibrating.
Okay. Uh-oh.
And then she takes her right fist and she punches the wall.
Yeah.
Turns around and looks at Sona and chuckles and says, I broke the 4th wall.
No, you were nicer than me. That's the sad trumpet.
I'm sorry, the setup was worth it.
She did. She gone.
Where's Tanya? Did I break Tanya too?
Yeah, no, she gone.
Broken.
All right,
Yeah.
Silent 919. I'm gonna go deal with these fools in the other room for a minute, but will you put together for me a pool to punch through stone, please? I love this. You two and Invicta, when she gets back in the other room, what are you thinking?
Before we say anything else, I just want to roll back to a thing that you said before that I found is one of my new favorite words. Cluster nugget. Not a thing that I ever thought I would hear, let alone care about. So
I didn't know if we were on front page. I didn't want an F-bombing just in case. So
hey, it was fantastic.
It sounds like the chicken nugget at the very end of the package where you.
Oh yeah, little balls of breaded. Yeah,
the last one is like it's a nugget, and it's like me. Or I was thinking like 2 or 3 nuggets.
Yeah,
together,
that's what I'm
and
saying.
they were just
Yeah.
lazy. They're just like, we don't care. Cook those. And they counted it as one, so like you got 2 extra bonus nuggets.
That's right. That's right. All right. So what are you all that are back in the Baton 2 room doing? Ilay.
Excuse me. Can I have one of your excavation tools to save? I know it's like your favorite thing, but we're trying to save people.
No, it's absolutely fine. And hand you one, no problem. Yeah.
Great. I guess are we going to join Silo 919?
I don't believe you have a choice.
Invicta's thrilled, clearly. Are y'all, is that what's happening? Are y'all taking, I just want to know if y'all are taking the egg thingy with you when you go.
Might as well.
I was going to say Ikemba is concerned, but
Sure.
science.
I put it in my pack then. If we're taking it.
Okay, sure. And you all step through the glowing portal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You all step through and you find yourselves in this large stone chamber. Scylla is on at one wall, fist in stone. Scylla, how did that pool go? How many successes did you get? You are muted in Zoom.
Raising boom.
Scared the daylights out of me.
I had to go back to my Google Doc for where I wrote down my things.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay, so I use truth.
Sure. You want to find out the truth about this place? Sure. Okay. I like it.
Sure, if that's what you like to think.
Oh, you please no. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have presumed. You tell me.
I use truth because I am the truth.
That's what I get. That's what I get.
So,
Truth, and what was your skill?
and with my skill, I use grace.
Ah, okay. So trying to find like a weak point and just use the weakness of the stone against itself. I love it. Okay, how'd you do?
All
The
right.
DR4 for what it's worth.
I'm not telling you until I get to my next one.
To your next. Well, we're all in your room now, so.
I'm telling you because the third one is terminal. And I use terminal
Uh-huh.
because it's terminally important that this joke lands.
This is the most painful episode yet.
Tanya, how many successes do I have?
You're asking the person that barely passed algebra to guess a math joke?
Yeah,
I don't know.
3 of 3.
3 of 3. That's great. Unfortunately, it was a DR4. So
I used this what? No, I used my.
did you roll the utility D4?
I did not.
Okay, roll a D4. Tell me what you get on it.
I can't move my dice. 2.
Okay, so still only 3 successes. What I will say though, is you punch, right, intending to sort of get through the rock and begin to carve a way out. And you punch and you do manage to sort of crack the stone. But as you do, you sense that this stone is somehow maybe reinforced a few inches in. And that is part of why, because normally, I mean, you certainly can, wall up a boulder pretty good if you really need to. But you realize as you hit it, the way that it cracks, that there's something reinforcing it behind that. So the 3 of you step through this portal into a room where you see Scylla has punched the wall and cracked it pretty well, but no other discernible change to the room. And you hear behind you, Jess, the Bitantu that was back there, sort of call out to you all. Is everything all right back there? Did you make it okay in one piece?
Are we in one piece?
Have we?
Oh God, you're all dead. Oh yeah, you all are in the room. Yeah, you're
Oh,
there. You see Scylla, you see the other Bitantu. Yeah.
We seems we're fine.
Okay.
And Ikemba looks back to where we just came from to see if he can see.
Nothing. I mean, I guess the rope, unless you finished oh no, it was time. Well, unless you brought the rope with you, the rope is still just sort of hanging midair. But other than that, you don't see anything. And Jess from the other side says, okay, I'm so glad you made it. Should we come through also? Should we come? And just cuts out. And the rope drops to the floor, severed at the point that it disappeared.
Oh.
I'm gonna take up that rope at least.
Can I use the mechanical wings
Sure. To what end?
to go back up to where the portal is? Because I'm guessing
the portal's gone. It was on the ground level, but all of a sudden the voice stopped and the rope was cut where it was going through the portal. So it seems like the connection has ended.
Oh, because the way you described the rope was in midair, I thought the portal was above us.
Oh no, sorry. It was sort of sitting, I don't know, maybe a meter or so up in the air from where Sona had been holding it, and then it just sort of didn't drop back down. Yeah.
Shoot. And the area we're in is just a plain room.
Just a plain stone room. One wall is a little cracked, and there are 2 hallways leading off in opposite directions from opposite walls.
All right. And I look at everyone else. Right or left?
Sorry. Hi, welcome. I suppose you're all the captain's crew. I have injured. Is there anyone who can help? And then we'll tell you, everything that we can.
I can
Yes,
help with your injury.
Sila?
Yes.
Great. And he'll take you over to two other Batantu who are lying unconscious. He's wrapped them sort of up in work coats and things like that to sort of keep them warm. But you can see that they're not exactly burns, but they have, they are burns, but they're not fire burns, right? They're like energy or plasma burns sort of on the palms of their hands. And you can see one of them has some on like his forehead. The other one has some like on the ends of his feet. And Sona will tell you that they were both injured like this from walking down hallways that seemed to have some sort of force field in them that they couldn't see, and they walked into them and were injured. Yeah, Sila.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
This is it's actually a question for myself and Ilay, if you don't mind. This is a game question.
Yeah, go for it.
So as we're Ilay, Ilay is a biopriest as well, correct?
No, Ikemba is a biopriest.
Ikemba. So perfect, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Ikemba is a biopriest. I am a biopriest. Is there any way we can kind of Super Saiyan with healing?
Absolutely, there is. So you can do a little teamwork job there. And basically what would happen is you, Sila 919, because we don't have so there are some teamwork things that can happen that are talent-based, and different talents can activate with your teammates. In this case, this isn't one of them, but you can still work together on it. And so what would happen is you would put together, whichever one of you is sort of taking lead, would put together your healing pool. The other person would do the same, and then depending on what the helping person gets, that would increase the main healer's utility dice. Sorry, that was a lot of words, and it took me a long time to get them out. So Sila, if you're helping Ikemba, you would roll a healing pool, and that would increase Ikemba's utility die for his pool, is basically how it would work.
Got it. Sorry, I was thinking about that recently.
No, it's a good question. And actually one of the things that the design team we knew we wanted to try and include is teamwork stuff, right? Abilities and talents and things that actively encourage you to do cool things with your teammates. So I'm glad you brought it up.
Okay. So in situations like this where we have two people that are traumatically injured, we can either work together or we can
Well, Ilay is also
we work on both if we're joined. Sorry, these are things.
That's okay. That's okay. You would still need to work on the same patient unless you were just doing it separately. But Ilay is also a combat medic, so they also have healing capabilities. But in terms of you two, you could certainly work separately on both patients, Ikemba and Sila 919. If you wanted to enhance each other's abilities, you'd need to be working on the same patient.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. So what are we doing? Sona has asked for help. There are two hallways. Invicta, the smell's gone, by the way. The minute you step through the portal, the smell was gone.
Interesting.
Ilay, what were you... sorry, I interrupted you.
No, so I have an ability. I don't know if I use it for the last scene that we're in, because this game operates in like scenes, right? In some ways, or scenarios.
Yeah, in some ways. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I used this already before, but I wanted to use Escape Plan. It's a talent I have as a Lightbringer.
Yeah, tell us more while I open your sheet.
Or is it from... No, this is because I kind of dipped into the pilot. What is the pilot?
Oh, the 10-2. Yeah.
Yeah, so I spent points to get a talent from the 10-2s, which is the Escape Plan.
Cool. Oh, I love this. Okay, so we're talking mechanics and I like it. So one of the other things that's super cool about professions, right? We've talked about, since the beginning, we've talked about self-determination and you can sort of make any kind of character you want. So we have profession templates that have talents associated with them and other mechanical things. But the way that you advance is by spending your experience points, and you can actually buy talents from any profession, which is what Ilay did. It just costs a few more of your experience points than it does if you're buying from your own profession. So what does this one do, Ilay?
So escape plan, you always need to know what you're flying. This is the descriptor. You always need to know what you're flying through and how to get out. You can quickly assess any situation with a DR1 awareness test, with each success pointing out the location of a possible exit or minute clue someone else may have missed. If they succeed, but there are no exits, their senses heighten until one reveals itself, granting an additional 1d6 to all rolls.
Cool. I like that. All right. So put together a test. It is DL1, and you need to use awareness as your skill, but your value is up to you.
Okay. So D6 awareness, which I have there. I forgot what the highlight thing is, but I don't think it applies here.
It does not. That's really, the highlight is really just a combat thing.
Yeah. I'm going to do community because I'm trying to get these people out of here. It's
Love
like
that.
a team. They obviously want to work as a team, so that's what we're doing. And then I just have these two things then to further roll then.
And your utility D4.
Okay, cool. I did just pick up the excavation tool. I don't know what gadgets or whatnots they have on those things, but
it is. It's sort of like a. I'm going to get made fun of for calling it this because everyone's going to know what I had in my mind when I described it. But it's basically like a sound, like a vibration or a sonic tool that helps excavate by vibrating the stone loose, essentially.
Oh, the magic wand. Got it. Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna use this dice roll.
Oh, that's not what I meant, a sonic screwdriver from Doctor Who, but yes, also that's very funny.
So I got 3 successes.
Nice. Okay. So each one points out something. I'm not going to point out the 2 hallways because you didn't need to make a test for that. So what I will tell you is you notice, interesting. You notice that on one of the hallways, this is one of your successes, on one of the hallways, there are 4 tiny little prongs that come out from basically like the door frame, the portal frame, going down into that hallway, about 2 meters up, and then 2 just a few centimeters off the ground. They look they're the same color as the stone, but you think they're probably metal. And that is on the exit that Sona said had a force field on it. Number 2... You know what? I'm gonna, if it's okay with you, because in fact there are more chambers than this one. If you all are gonna try and get out, I'm gonna hold on to your other 2, and they will be useful shortly, if that's okay with you.
Perfect, great.
I don't want to give you like some nonsense, useless bullshit now because you got 3. I'll hold on to the other 2 for later, if that's all right.
Sounds great. So I won't be helping out in any of this. Then I'm just gonna be doing. I'm preoccupied.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so Silent 919 and Ikemba, how are we proceeding with you 2? And then I'll go over to Invicta in just a second.
Ikemba?
Yes, Captain.
I believe it would actually work a little bit better for the both of us, considering the gravity of these wounds, if we work together.
All right.
All right. Absolutely.
So I think probably best bet would be a connection of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
So Sila puts her hands out, both palms facing out towards Ikemba.
He puts his palm down in hers. See if,
cool.
Is this what you were aiming for?
Absolutely.
All right.
And what Sila is going to go for, she's going to use repair with the D8.
Okay.
Empathy.
Yeah, definitely.
Wait, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, while you're putting that together, I just want to say something about this. So, Ikemba, as you lay your hands in, you've heard of biopriests being able to like work together to sort of be able to visualize organic code together and this. I don't think Ikemba has ever done that, healed alongside another biopriest. And as you lay your hands on Sila's, the connection is pretty quick because you both are good at what you do. But for you, Ikemba, it is a little overwhelming at first because you, for the first time ever, are seeing the organic code as it was originally seen by the Mansagene. The original biopriests on Vatoa were Mansagene. They were the first ones to understand the code of life. And being synthetic creatures, synthetic people, they have a much easier time visualizing it and connecting to it and parsing it. And what you're sharing with Sila is overwhelming. I mean, it's amazing. It's beautiful. You can see algorithms and snippets of code that are just clear as day in a way that you don't even think Sila would have been able to by herself. But the two of you together and the innate ability of the Mansagene to visualize this is incredible. So Sila, tell me. Oh yeah, go.
Just like he's opened his eyes. It's just floored.
Yeah.
And just this is amazing.
Sila, for your part, you're used to this a little bit more, but there is a definite increase in clarity and focus and precision now that you are synced up with Ikemba's abilities as well. So what is our pool and how did we do?
Okay. So we're going with, on my end, we're going with.
Yep.
Terminal repair and duty.
Oh yeah, as your value, right. And how do we do?
Are we waiting for Captain first?
Yeah, because it'll modify your utility die.
Oh, really now?
All right, that's 2 successes.
Okay. So Silas sort of helps highlight, right, the damaged code, right? You can see the burn algorithm sort of floating through in certain places from whatever that force field was. Now, you also have, Ikemba, you have a little portable version of one of the diagnostic tools that they built for you in your med lab on the sphere. So that also helps in sort of not so much with the visualization of the codes, right, but with the editing of it, with the repairing of it. So that, I believe, what did we say? I think that makes your utility die a D8. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And then with Silas 2 successes, that's going to give you an additional D6 utility.
Oh, and how many successes do we need for all of this?
So each success that you get is going to heal a point of stress for this person. Right now, in order to sort of bring them back from the brink, because they're in rough shape, you need at least 3 successes to bring them back from a very bad situation.
I just rolled the D6 because that's the additional that I got from her, and that takes it to 4. So
okay, all right. So you watch as you sort of smooth out some of the burned bits. You pluck out the corrupted code there and re-knit the skin, and you watch as the breathing becomes a little less labored. You help. You push a little extra oxygen to the lungs to help the natural healing process. And after a few sort of tense moments, this Batantu clearly relaxes into a much less fraught unconsciousness.
And for those curious for the roll, I rolled for the
please.
diagnostic scanner.
Yeah.
I used terminal because I had to use terminal to use the diagnostic scanner.
Yeah.
And I also rolled for, what was it?
Community. Great. Love that.
Because it's teamwork.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with Sila here. Absolutely. All right. Do me a favor. Are you two going to go over and heal the other one next?
Yes.
Okay, why don't you two roll up your pools for that while I check in with Invicta, because we haven't seen what Invicta is up to in this room yet.
Invicta, since she popped the wings out, she is actually trying to fly around and see where the ceiling is.
Yeah, it's pretty high. You eventually find it maybe, I don't know, 7 or 8 meters up, maybe a little bit more. And it is as smooth and perfectly shaped as the walls were down below.
Huh. Well, dagnabbit. I come back down and I start checking the walls. I check for any technology, any switch, anything that might be in this room.
Yeah, awareness or focus or some sort of a check things out roll. And while you put that together, I'm gonna hop back to our biopriest pair and see how we did. Silent 919, how was yours?
1 success.
1 success. Okay, so Ikemba, that's going to add, instead of an additional D6 utility, it's going to be a D4.
Cool. And what does a success count as a 4? Yes?
4 or better, yep.
All right, cool. So currently I am at 3 successes.
Okay,
And
good.
to roll that 4. Oh, it actually came up as a 4, so that's 4 successes.
Nice. All right, so same thing
pool for
here.
the curious, by the way.
Yes. Okay, great. So this person, same thing. Their burns were a little in different places because different parts of them hit the force field first, right? But same kind of idea. You're able to knit. You're able to do some immediate healing and then stimulate the body's processes for the natural healing. And this baton two also sort of falls into a much more restful unconsciousness. Invicta, how'd your pool go?
My pool is pointy. All the D4s. Ooh, I got 3 successes.
Nice. Okay. So the first thing that you notice is you also spot those little prongs, those little thingies sticking out of the wall by the force field hallway. You see that you also 3. This was a DR1. So that is a major success because you got 2 above the difficulty level. So I think what you also managed to find, you find on one wall, it is the only place in here that is slightly sort of uneven wall. It's not perfectly smooth. And there's a piece of stone that sort of looks loose, and sticking out of it is a little bit of, it's hard to tell. It's either like fur or hay or straw or something sort of fibrous, looks like it's been sort of stuck in this loose stone or behind this loose stone.
Oh. I'm going to take my dagger and pry the stone out and see what's there.
Yeah, absolutely. So you pry it out, and as you pull it away, if you look at the back of the chunk that you just pulled out, and it is kind of like a dark rust color. And it's pretty easy to identify as very old, dried blood.
Oh. Oh,
And
so does that mean that's hair that's stuck to the brick?
It looks like it's hair or fur of some sort.
Oh.
And behind the stone, there is a little niche, a very small little niche in the wall. And there is a stone knife that is stuck back there. And would you please, Invicta, roll something to know about history or archaeology or any of that sort of academic stuff that Invicta is totally capable of, but is not her primary focus.
So I'm gonna use information for my value.
Yep, exactly.
And science, which gives me way more dice than I
yeah,
need.
science is a great choice for this.
And then do I add a utility die or no?
D4, just a D4.
Alrighty. And what is it I'm trying to beat?
This is a DR. Oh, well, we're going to balance it in a couple of ways. So we're going to call this a DR3.
Oh boy, I'm only rolling
Yeah.
4 dice.
Okay, I believe in you.
Ooh, they heard you because it is exactly 3 successes.
Yeah. You swear. It doesn't make, well, you're not really sure where you are, but as far as you can tell, it does not make any sense that this would be here. But you could swear that this looks like an ancient Hyanol dagger from I mean, millennia ago, before the Musalians arrived, before when the Hyanol were, new babies. This is ancient Hyanol tool.
Huh. And I'm standing there kind of looking at it, and I look over at the others. This is really, really ancient. Before what we know as the Landed would have arrived.
Before even the Musalians would have arrived on Vatoa. Oh, yeah. This is that old.
Then I keep staring at it, and I just look around to the others. This is before even, well, Musalians. And I look right at Ikemba. Do you know, how much history do you know?
Not much. I do remember learning that we came here from somewhere else, but not much where from. And not how long we've been here either.
I'm gentle with it unless it seems like I'm not going to fight with it, but I'm just going to be a little more gentle with it.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like, it is a stone tool that was meant for cutting, but it's also quite old and, whatever. So, yeah, I wouldn't try and kill anybody with it, but you could cut some cheese.
Ikemba has cheese usually, so.
Yeah, there you go. Sona is hugely relieved at this point that you all have assisted the other two, Bitantu, and is just staying with them and making sure that they're okay. Giving them a little water and that sort of stuff. What's the plan?
I wanted to say, Invicta, are you experiencing any sensation with that dagger before you were explaining that you were having sensation of smell before? I don't know if it was.
No, the smell stopped once we came through the portal.
Really?
Interesting.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to resist it. I felt like something could have been trying to trick us.
Well, that's a cave who's been thoroughly tricked.
Also, let us know if that happens again, because with this ancient artifact and the smell, I wonder if you are able to be more in tune with what's happening around here more so than any of us can be.
I don't know. And actually, I'm just kind of like examining the brick because after she put 2 and 2 together, she's kind of like, ew.
Sure. Yeah.
And she actually looks over to Ikemba and Sila. Can you do anything to see what or who might have been hit with this? Because that's really old blood.
I'll see what I can do.
I hand over the clearly weaponized brick.
I love this.
Grabs it and it's going to be a very interesting roll.
Sure.
Not going to be as much as I would like to at all.
That's all right.
But definitely going to try. Really? I would drop the 1d4.
Don't step on it. Don't step on it.
Oh, that of all the things to step on, I would rather step on 1,000 Lego bricks in order than step on 1d4. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Ooh. So I basically have my utility D4. I've chosen investigation for D6.
Makes sense.
And truth, which is another
I
D6
love that.
for me.
Absolutely.
But I would also like to go for it's a binary universe, if that's the thing I can also add to this.
Oh yeah, I think so. Let's have a look at that one.
I can describe it. I already have it up.
Oh, great. Do it.
A biopriest can spend a relatively short amount of time examining any organic creature and gaining an understanding of it. When making an empathy or remedy roll, they may sacrifice one mental stress to add to their terminal skill to their dice pool as well, making it easier to reveal strengths and weaknesses, the severity of injuries, diseases present, or the target's exact emotional needs. I feel like that's meant for like creatures, but I feel like it should count for blood because blood
Absolutely.
comes from creatures.
Absolutely, yeah. So you make you'll use empathy as your skill, but then if you want to spend a mental stress, you can also add your 2 terminal dice. That's a great. Yeah, I love that.
It does make me sad because I mean, it's the same D6 as investigation, but I get the bonus. I will sacrifice the stress.
Yeah,
add terminal to it, and terminal is 2 D8s. So
heck yeah,
worth it.
Absolutely. This is working that biopriest, right? You are reading the code of this blood, whatever's left of it, right? Whatever remains organically in this blood, and using your biopriest abilities to figure it out. I love it. What'd you get?
Roll now. Work with me, dice. 1, 2 successes.
Okay. So it was a DR2. So what you get, there is very little or truly organic left that you can read. What you can read, though, is that this blood didn't come from a Hyanol, but it came from a relative of the Hyanol for sure. Relative, ancestor, descendant, whatever, right? Something that isn't quite Hyanol, but has a lot of the same markers from what little bit you can tell. It's hard to tell much more than that because there's so little left for a biopriest in particular to read. But that you figure out that whatever this blood is from, it is from some relative of the Hyanol.
I can't see much more than that this was from something connected to a Hyanol, but not a Hyanol.
I'm sorry, what?
Something in the family. The cousin to the Hyanol, if that exists. That's where this is from. It's not from a Hyanol directly, but related to a Hyanol.
But they would have been able to use the brick as a weapon. All of our...
Have a brick used upon it.
Touche. Well, my history professor would be ashamed of me right now. I can't remember the name, but our predecessors were more like the 4-legged felines that were predators, not smart, not able to reason. Not sure I entirely believe the story of our evolution, but that's another discussion. But how old is this place?
Is that something that Ikemba would have been able to tell from that as well? Like the age
Oh,
of it?
yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's so old that I'm still going to be vague, even though you passed the DL. I think it is millennia old.
Oh.
So this is multiple millennia old, at minimum.
Well, let's wrap that up and hope to keep it safe to take back with us. If Torch doesn't take it right away, then I'm sure there'll be several museums that would love to get their hands on it.
Surely. And then Ikemba just like takes and wraps it like gently to try to not ruin it in the process.
Yeah, totally.
Also, I have found possibly some clues to maybe navigating this place. And did you say the excavation tools had like a light on them or something?
Yeah, they have like basically a little flashlight on one end.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna use the flashlight and like highlight these 4 prongs here.
Mhm.
One's 2 meters up, another one is 2 meters off the ground. And it's on is it on either side of the field wall? Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, so it basically like it's one on the left and right up and one on the left and right down.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I definitely point that out to the gang. I don't know what any of this means, but this is the first clue I've figured out, at least trying to analyze our surroundings.
Thank you for that.
Hmm.
What's next then?
I
Have you got
don't know.
For what it's worth, I stopped trying when I was the last one left. But there, you can go down that hallway, and it splits. And I know there which way is bad as well. But I didn't go much further than that because, well, like I said, we chose wrong twice, and that happened. And he sort of gestures to his unconscious friends.
Oh.
Well, it seems we have our work cut out of us.
I will grab the excavation tool, as a light, and I'll also take the egg thing out of the pack, and also just have that around me because we have no idea what's going on. People are getting various senses. People are getting, certain clues and things. So, like, the more stuff we have available to us, maybe something will happen. Is what Ilay is thinking.
Totally. When you pull the egg out, you notice that it has stopped turning and ticking, which is, I'm sure, no surprise, but I should mention.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you've got that out. You got your flashlight out.
Shall we? I'll just say, shall we? And I will. Because the other two are just hanging out because they're like resting, recovering, right?
They're resting, recovering. I mean, Ikemba and Sila have healed them enough that they could be moved, but they're not going to be moving themselves, at least for, a few hours while they regain consciousness and recuperate on their own a little. So up to you all.
Yeah, I can leave them there. They've been here this long.
Sona's like, I mean, that's true. And like, weirdly enough, if I don't leave this room, it seems safe enough.
Let's lead on. At least we know which way is the bad way.
Yeah. So you all can head to the other opening in the other wall. Ilay, as you pass by, you look and distinctly notice the lack of prongs in this passageway. And you all pass through with no real problem. As you're walking, you walk, maybe 10 meters, 12 meters or so, and there is another split. To the right, which is where Sona said is the bad way. And Ilay, I won't count this one against your remaining two, but because you're looking for it, you can see prongs in that doorway as well. Down that way, you see sort of a hallway that seems to have several more either rooms or hallways, doors opening on either side of that hallway, and it goes down quite a ways and then eventually turns. To the left, again, an opening, no prongs, and it looks like just a straight shot hallway for a little while at least.
From the safe room or the room that we first started from, the directions were straight past the two, right? Because there was two things. And then when we got there, we got to another point of turning. We went, that is your left, I'm assuming.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Okay. So
Don't
then
look at me.
We go left, and then it's another left is what we're doing.
Yes, this is the another left. Yes.
The second left. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I absolutely, you're doing this as you, and also I think Ilay, unless you tell me otherwise, is there maybe making also notes because you are leaving 3 people back there, so it would behoove you all to know how to get back.
Yes, I don't know how game master you want to be, but I'm just trying to ascertain where our directions are.
No, I think you're doing the right thing. So you all you can turn left and head that way. And then the nice thing here with your 3 successes is that there are basically 2 more decision points. And so you'll be able to find Ilay, the prongs, the wrong ways in these remaining 2. So you can continue down these passageways, making these choices, making these turns. Every quote unquote wrong turn, for what it's worth, seems to have a whole area that way, right? Like clearly somebody must be able to somehow pass down that way because there are rooms, there are doors, there are other places to go.
Okay. Cool. Continue. Sorry.
Yeah. So unless somebody wants to test things out, you can sort of navigate through the safe ways pretty easily with your roll from before, Ilay. We'll give just a moment to make sure.
Is it officially called Safeway?
I think it should. I think it is now. Yeah.
So Sila is looking around and she's like scanning her maps for. She's scanning her maps for different routes, and she pulls it up and she types Safeway, and she just looks frustrated and looks.
Oh no.
She turns around and she looks at Invicta and she goes, "Are you seeing this?"
Seeing what?
I typed in Safeways, but it only pulls a grocery store.
So
Everyone's got to eat it, well, except you.
But I make sure everyone else eats though.
Yeah,
right.
with mind control drugs. I haven't forgotten about
all
that.
of them.
I haven't forgotten. Once was enough.
It was one time.
That was one time too many. We're gonna have a discussion later.
I feel like that time was like an hour ago. So that's still very relevant to now.
Yeah.
It's still the past.
Not the
No.
very near past.
Yeah,
You
but that
fail
was
to
like
pay attention to
20
history, you are
minutes
doomed
ago.
to repeat it. This is recent history.
yeah, but it's recent history, still the past.
That's not how that
Wow.
works.
It already happened.
Pardon
It's
me.
not how that works at
We
all.
hold.
Forward.
Hey. We have more pressing issues than Sila trying to drug us, which seems weird to say and not a sentence I thought I'd ever say, but we're kind of trapped here.
Valid point.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ikemba.
Ikemba looks at the. It's a B word.
Well,
It's like we.
Batantu.
The Batantu, yes. What was the next part we were confused at? I feel like we went down the path and we came to the last part that they were at, and like
that's as far as Sona ever got, because at that first juncture, one of his friends went the wrong way and got force fielded unconscious. And then at the second juncture, his other friend went the wrong way and got force fielded unconscious. So that's as far as Sona went. And actually, Sona stayed behind in the main room with his 2 unconscious friends anyway. Ilay, did you have something?
Can I use my thing? Because you said I still had.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm going to get you through. Absolutely. Yeah. So
we're just
Ilay
going
is
with phrasing, right?
Are we still doing so Ilay is able to, I'm just going to go for Ilay is able to guide you all through a couple of more twists and turns. And then you all can see at the straight away down this tunnel, doesn't look like there are any other branches. You see daylight.
All
we
of
see
us?
daylight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can all see daylight. Yeah, at the end of this light, it's been about 10 minutes that you've been wandering and turning left and right, and Ilay has been helping to identify, where there are prongs and everything. But this seems to be the end of this tunnel anyway.
Can I look at this tunnel to make sure that, I'm going to use my last one to make sure the exit is the exit so that we don't get messed up.
It does seem to, in fact, be anyway, there aren't any prongs, so no sign that this is not the exit.
Well, that's my last one, so I have no more of that ability. I believe that this looks good so far, so I'll just keep advancing.
Yeah. Everyone following?
Yerp.
Yerp.
Yep. I'm real concerned, but I'm still following.
Totally. You all head down. You see the end of the tunnel, and you can step out. There's no problem there, and you step out into a sort of verdant open space, a nice green open space, and it doesn't immediately look familiar to any of you. But then you turn around to see what you've stepped out of, and you see that it's a pretty tall cliff face. It looks like that this tunnel opens, or this cave mouth sort of opens into and descends into the earth and into the tunnels that you all just came from. But you also see high up in the sky above this cliff edge, you see the unmistakable suspended platform and alabaster towers of the city of Halins. And that is very unexpected, because you all entered a Batantu outpost in a cave way to the south of Malisuna. And now you are suddenly at least a couple of hours travel by shuttlecraft north, outside of a different city. And you all did not walk that far. I mean, it took 10, 20 minutes because you were being careful, but you have not walked that far and somehow find yourselves outside of the city of Halins. And as you take this in, all five, because Doring is with you, just quiet, all five of your communicators, your comms devices activate, and you just hear,
Captain Sila 919. Invicta. Ilay, lie. Ikemba. Doring. Please respond. Captain Sila 9199. Ikemba. Invicta. Ilay. Doring.
Silent mode.
and that is where, as Ilay silences Major Rafia, that's where we'll end this week's episode.
Oh boy.
You all made it out. I was real touch and go there, but you made it.
I wasn't sure.
Same.
I was not
Hey,
sure.
That pilot
The worst that
ability.
could have happened.
It's true. It's
Yes.
true.
It was the worst that could have happened.
And the pilot ability, pretty great. Just
Yeah, that was awesome. I loved that.
Right?
Big fan of that. All right. Thank you all so much for coming and hanging out with us. Thank you for sticking around. I know we got a late start tonight, but you all have been great. Thank the four of you. This has been super fun. We'll be back next week, same time, same place. Doring should be back with us. Gabe should be back. We'll have a full crew, and we'll find out how in the hell y'all got to Halins and what you're going to do next. You brought the little egg with you, so who is to say? Let's go around real quick. Let people know it is 9 o'clock now, but I want to make sure that folks know how they can find you and support you in between now and next week. So let's go ahead and go in reverse order and do that real quick. We'll start with Tanya.
Hi. Tomorrow, along with DJ, and I will leave some of this chat with him. Black Dice Society, the show's been on over a year. It's our final episode, y'all.
No.
It's going to be real weird on Thursdays to not have an episode to prep for at the same time. But we get to go to a wedding, but it's B-Dave, so who knows what's going to happen.
Wedding.
Yeah, it might be kind of bloody. It's B-Dave. But other than that, you can find me here on my channel when we're not doing this. And Sundays, we are back for Rebels Waterdeep. I'm the DM for Season 14. I've just kind of left everybody hanging out in space until this week. Sundays, 10 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Central, over on Rivals Waterdeep. And for me, I'm Cypher of Tier everywhere. And that's all I got.
Sorry, I was locally muted. Next up is Christina.
Hi, I'm Christina Ariel. You probably know me from such things as You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Christina Ariel, Krystina Arielle. That's 2 A's in the middle. Don't miss one, or wrong person. So fun fact, you can watch me right now in a show called Headless, A Sleepy Hollow Story. We are 8 episodes in, and we've got 2 left. And that is going to be, they air every Monday at 10 a.m. So I really hope that you will watch it. Go back and watch the first 8 episodes. They are hilarious. You've got guest appearances from me, Matt Mercer, Jenny D, Jimmy Wong. Like, there's so many really cool people in this series. A lot of people put a lot of hard work in it too. We had a lot of amazing backers funding this on Kickstarter. Shout out S4E3. And it's a project I'm really proud of. I really want people to watch it, share it, laugh your butt off. The episodes are no more than 15 minutes a piece. So go through, watch it. And if you're in LA, we are actually going to have a viewing party at the place where we actually filmed Headless in Pasadena. So you can come watch it. There's going to be performances by the Bard walking through town. There's going to be town tours by myself personally. I will be out there taking my time to give you a tour of Sleepy Hollow. You'll be able to watch all of the episodes as a really long movie. And it's going to be really cool. There's going to be a freaking Ferris wheel, people. A Ferris wheel. Join us. Support our art. Support our shows. We work really, really hard for this. Watch Rivals of Waterdeep. Support Rivals of Waterdeep. Pour into Rivals of Waterdeep because they have been pouring into us for season after season just because we love them. And just support our art and the stuff we do because we're going to do the same to you. We love you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Moving on over to DJ.
Oh, hi, I'm DJ. Ikemba, Musalian Bio Priest. Also on Thursdays, Desmond, Human Ranger. Lycanthrope. For the last time tomorrow, because that show, it is weird. It's going to be interesting. Although, considering the show started as my character's brother's wedding to become king, because my character didn't want to become king because too much politics. That wedding didn't end well. So I'm mildly concerned that this one won't end well either. But I mean, guess we'll find out tomorrow. Keep being awesome. Thank you for the continued support, which is why this show is still here yet again. And go put some love on Rivals of Waterdeep because reasons.
Yeah. Thanks, y'all. We appreciate the Rivals love. Michael.
Hello, what did I do? It's Michael Sinclair II. I go by Michael Crits everywhere. I am on the Faith Forge Academy podcast with new episode drops every Friday. My character got new updated art because they were a little preteen, and now they're like 20, and they look all moody and survived hell, and still a celestial warlock that gives blessings on blessings on blessings, but is also supposed to kill some gods. So, growing up is weird. And then I am also in the Nuts and Bolts podcast, which is a podcast about Magic the Gathering, primarily Standard and Pioneer. New episode just dropped with MTG New Nerd Girl. So if you're trying to go to your first paper tournament, we have some helpful advice for that. And then I have some stuff coming down the pipeline. It hasn't been said about anything on it yet, but if you do go to my Twitter at Michael Crits, you'll see when think new stuff is dropping, and then when I'm going live on Twitch. So that is me. Also support Rivals of Waterdeep because they're one of the people who they inspired me to get in the game, this game, whatever the performance game is. And so, from that inspiration, folks like me, hopefully other folks who have got more inspiration, it's very important. So give them some support because they mean a lot to the community. So, yeah.
Y'all gonna make me cry, and we ain't even finishing that show yet. Thank you. Real quick, we will have Gabe Hicks back with us next week, we hope. Follow him on Twitter at Gabe James Games. He's got a Kickstarter live right now. It's called the Session Zero System. So go check that out, support it, share it, fundraise for it, whatever you want to do. But Gabe's awesome. Go follow him and support his work. And I've been your storyteller. I'm Okenyo. I'm DM Jazzy Hands on Twitter and Twitch. What do I got going on? Well, today, speaking of Rivals of Waterdeep, my character Kent from Rivals of Waterdeep got added to Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. I'm so excited to have my boy in the game. He looks fantastic. His abilities are super fun. He has an ability called Extra because he is. So you can get that if you play Idle Champions. Go play the Liar's Night event. that's going to be going on through the end of Halloween, so the end of October 31st. And you can get Kent. You can also get your hands on, you can get Kent for free. And if you want a dope skin for a little bit of coin, you can get the Spelljammer theme pack. He has a, well, extra Spelljammer outfit. It comes with this really cute little baby solar dragon familiar and a bunch of potions and stuff. So go check out Kent for Liar's Night. I'm super excited to have him in a video game. I'm actually going to be streaming Idle Champions and showing off Kent tomorrow on my channel at 2 Eastern. So come check him out in action if you'd like to hang out. And then at 4 o'clock, I'm bouncing over to the Codename Entertainment channel to do a little interview about Kent and about Idle Champions Presents Hunger of the Far Realms, which is a show that I'm in on Monday evenings with Kent. And of course, Kent's beau Virgil, played by the illustrious Urban Bohemian. And we're having a good time with that. We had episode 1 this past Monday. We'll be back at you next week. What else do I do? Sunday is Rivals, but we've already said that. Come hang out at 1 Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on Rivals of Waterdeep for episode 2 of our Adventures into Space that Tanya's DMing. And I think I have a podcast, but there's no new episode this week, so we'll talk about it next week. All right, we're 7 after. I'm gonna let y'all go. Thank you for hanging out so much. We will see you next week, same time, same place. Cypher, who we raiding?
Actually, Sophiste is on playing critically acclaimed Final Fantasy 14. I can't do the whole joke. I don't know it.
I love it. I love it. Let's go hang out over there. Thank you all so much for being here with us this evening. We will see you next week. Stay safe, stay healthy, happy gaming, y'all. Thanks. Bye.
Peace.
Bye, y'all. They can still hear you. Oh, well. We know, we're just being goofy, Brian. We know that we're... All right. Credits are rolling. Wow. Wow. Boobs and butts. And well, the credits have restarted. Goodbye. Gus Addis Feast of Deuces. You can't see me. I don't know why I'm throwing up deuces. Later, y'all.